when you feel nervous or you kind of have that, for me, it's turning that, nervousness energy, because I think a lot of people look at it as fear, right? I'm scared of doing this, so that's why I'm nervous. But look at it as excitement. I'm excited to do this. Like, I want to do this. And that's how I looked at it, when you turn pro, is this is something that I've dreamt about my entire life. I'm nervous about doing it, but I'm also really excited. And this is what, I've wanted to do forever. So let's make this opportunity that I'm given here and make something out of it. I started just like a lot of kids, following their parents. Pretty much before I could remember, before I could walk, I would just follow them to the golf course. And by the time I was 5, I started taking my first lessons. I remember weekends, my dad would drive me Saturday to go play a 9-hole tournament, Sunday to go play a 9-hole tournament. Then, I'm off back at school Monday through Friday, and they kind of just let me fall in love with it myself. There was no pressure in saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. They let me do whatever I wanted, play basketball, baseball, ski, whatever it was, and just kind of figure out what I loved. Goals have always been a part of my life, right? Whether it's school, golf, whatever it may be, I always like to set goals, but I like to set really high goals. For me, every time I check one goal off the box, I add 2 more. And it's just trying to push myself. And just, that's what drives me. That's what's self-motivating, and that's how I keep trying to get better every single day, is setting new goals. So that quickly changed from being on the PGA Tour to now winning. And then, how do I win more? How do I win bigger events? How do I contend more? And, I'm not trying to compare, like, how do I top this season? Or if I don't win by now, my season's going to ashes, right? It's more about just setting these little goals to reach the overall big goal of obviously getting number 1 in the world. There's a lot of things that I need to do to get there, but that's one of the biggest goals out there, is to get to that peak, number 1 in the world, and sustain that. I was very lucky to have some starts as an amateur, play, all right in some, almost win a Korn Ferry event. And, getting to know a couple of guys just made it comfortable. The reason why I stayed 4 years in college is because I wanted to be prepared. I wanted to be ready for the day I did turn pro, the day I did hit that first tee shot, that it'd feel normal. Seeing guys like Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, these guys that have been on tour for a long, long time, me growing up watching them play, yeah, it's nerve-wracking to see them sometimes because you've never played against them. But I had to remember that I'm still pretty good, and that, at the end of the day, it's just one shot at a time and see where it takes you. Having Rick for 16 years now, since I've been 8. And what's great is that, Rick and I, we're both trying to learn. We know what we excel at, we know what we know, but it's just learning about other people and figuring out, okay, how do we get better at putting? If we're both not good at putting, who do we ask? I have a small team. You've got your agents, you've got your caddy. Kat, my fiance, is huge, and she's been a big part of that before I turned pro, when I was in college. And I'm just able to separate myself from the actual golf course to making sure that, there's other needs in life and other things that I have to do and take care of away from the golf course. And you have to be able to, when you step off the golf course, not only worry about what I shot or what I did great or what I did poorly. You have to go, take care of other people. I think one of the best. Being an Asian American, and, I still am like a 3rd, 4th generation American, but people see me as Asian, right? And hopefully that reaches a bigger audience. And hopefully I'm just able to travel to more places and people recognize me and people just understand that, like, this is what we're trying to do, is grow the game at the end of the day, right? How do we give opportunities to other people? And it's really fun. It really is. I think the kids that are 8, 9, 10, that are like, I want to be like this, I want to be like Collin, I want to be like Rory, I want to be like Tiger. Just have fun. Like, no one's going to look back right now and say, oh, Collin shot this at 9 years old. Like, that's exactly why he turned out to be this person. There's so much growth involved. So when you're so young and you're playing with your friends, or you're in school and you're a junior and you're hanging out with buddies, just trying to learn the game, have fun. That's the biggest thing, is that, every single one of us out here on tour has had a different path. There's not one single blueprint that I could tell you, this will turn your kid into something. So all the parents that are listening, like, you can't follow anything that we did. You could just encourage your kid, make them enjoy it as much as they can, but that's the biggest thing out here, is that we all love the game as much as anything in the world. And you just hope you see a kid that just kind of has that spark and says, okay, I want to be like that kid, you know, and whether it's on TV or, you know, in person, you know, maybe we're signing something for 2 seconds, just to see them and see that spark and realize that, like, they could see that we love it so much and they want to go find that same thing, whether it's golf or whatever it may be. That's huge.